Hello everybody, it's Hannah and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm coming at you with no makeup on today because we are testing out a bunch of new makeup. Most of it is going to be from sheglam, but I do have a couple of other random products inserted in here that I wanted to put to the test. So I just put on a little bit of moisturizer. I've just been using this CeraVe Daily Moisturizing Lotion. Pretty good, nothing crazy, but that's all I have on my skin right now. So I have this whole little bag over here of a bunch of new stuff that I picked up, and again, most of this is from sheglam, which is Shein's like makeup brand, but I've been seeing so many people on TikTok trying out their products and they look really good, and I've seen people like repeatedly use them, like TikTok makeup people, so I wanted to test them out. But some things I have in here that are actually not from sheglam. I have this from REM Beauty. I picked up the new concealer in the shade Fair 6N. It's in like this potted concealer, very similar to Glossier. I wanted to get one that was one shade deeper, but they didn't have any in stock and I really wanted to try it out, so I did pick that up. And then I also picked up the little sponge. This is the Dream Cloud Beauty Blender. I've seen people using this dry, so we'll test out that today instead of like wetting it like a regular beauty blender. People have been saying that they just use it dry with the concealer and that it works pretty well, so interested to try that out. And I also have this eyeshadow palette here from Natasha Denona. This is the Cupid eyeshadow palette, and I had BoxyCharm for a couple of months. I actually unsubscribed just because I wasn't super happy with the products I was getting, and I was like, you know what, I don't really need it. It's like $25 a month, but this is one thing that I actually was pretty lucky to get. I used it maybe twice, but I haven't used it in a video, so I figured that I would go ahead and use that today. I also have this here from KVD Vegan Beauty. This is the Vinyl Lip Cream in the shade Lolita. This was like 50% off at Ulta, and I was like, you know what, I kind of want to try it out. I actually tried this out once. I didn't wear it like long term, but I did, you know, try it on just to see what it was like. And it's basically like if you put a liquid lipstick on, but it just never dries down. Like that's the feeling of it, kind of like the soft lip cream, but it does have a little bit of shine to it. So it's pretty cool, pretty interesting. Excited to show you guys. I really love the color of it. I think it's so pretty. And then I think the rest of this is all sheglam, so we'll go ahead and get into it. The first thing I picked up was this little foundation, and it comes in this little pouch with like a small card, which is pretty cool, and it just tells you like, you know, everything about the product. But this is the Skinfluencer Full Coverage Foundation Balm, and I got mine in the shade Shell. I haven't tried this out yet, so I'm not sure what the color match is gonna be. It has like a little film over the top of it. Let's see. I don't know. It might be a good color. My cheeks are a little red right now because I was rubbing in like my skin, like putting the stuff on, but it actually looks like it may end up being a pretty good shade. So I'm excited to try this out. I wonder if it's similar to like that Jones Road one that everyone was trying out. I wonder if that's why they ended up coming out with one. Then I also picked up a couple of cheek products. I picked up two of the blushes. These are the Color Bloom liquid blushes. I have one in the shade 103 Devoted and the other one in the shade 101 Love Cake. Love Cake is the one that I think I want to try out today specifically. It's like that really cute like baby pink color. And then this one in Devoted is a little bit of a like warmer pink basically. Let me see, I actually do a little swatch of them on the back of my hand so you guys could see. So we have Devoted right here and then Love Cake right over here. So you can see Devoted is more of an orange. And then I also picked up the Sunsculpt Liquid Contour in the shade Golden Sun. And this has like the same applicator as the blushes. It's just like this little puffy top over here. And this is the shade of the contour or the bronzer, whatever. It looks really good. So I'm super excited to try these out. I literally can't wait. I also picked up this Cosmic Crystal Mousse highlighter. I think my packaging is broken because it doesn't like clip closed, but this actually looks really gorgeous. You can see it has like this beautiful sparkle to it, so I'm super excited to try that. I also have this eyebrow pen. It's kind of like the micro filling brow pen from Benefit, where it has like the three little prongs, and I got mine in the shade, I don't know, it doesn't say on here the shade, so I'll just pop it up on the screen what the shade is. But this is kind of what it looks like. You can see it makes just like super fine lines, so it kind of looks like brow hairs. So I'm very excited to try that. I love products like this. Then I also have two lip products. I have this one here, which is the Take a Hint lip tint in the shade Memories. And this one I tried on because I was like, why does the color look like this? I'm like, it's kind of this weird brownish, but you put it on and then let it sit, wipe it off, and it literally tints your lips to a really nice sort of darkish, like pinky nude kind of color. It's really pretty, so I'm excited to show you guys how that looks because I feel like my lips are looking a little pale right now. So I'm definitely excited to be using that. And then I also have this lip oil, and I think this is the strawberry one. It's the Jelly Wow Hydrating Lip Oil Berry flavored is the one that I picked up. So you know what, I'm actually going to take a little bit of this and put this on now. It has a very similar applicator to like the Clarins ones or the Kylie ones that just came out, which look like the Clarins ones. So let's kind of see how this is. I actually really like it. It's not sticky at all, but it's not super oily. Like, it definitely just feels like a really nice kind of glossy, hydrating lip oil or lip balm type of product. I definitely like it, and it smells amazing. This is really, really good. And the two final things that we have in here are just some brushes. So I got the sheglam Skinfluencer foundation brush. And this is what it looks like. It's kind of like this flat foundation brush. So I'll use this at least to apply it. Not sure how it'll blend out. I may need to go in with some of my own brushes, but I got that. And then I also got the Color Bloom liquid blush brush, and I think this just looked really cute, so I was like, I kind of want to pick it up. If I remember correctly, it looks like a little like cat paw. Oh, it does. Yeah, so it looks like a little paw, which is really cute. So this is nice actually for cream blush. I'm not going to use it for contour. I have a different brush I'm going to use for that, but as far as the blushes go, I think that this will look super cute. So excited to try all of this out. I think what I'm going to do first is start off with a little bit of a base. I'm just going to go ahead with my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I'm taking mine in the shade number 2 Fair, and I'm just going to kind of put this all over just to even out my skin tone a little bit. So I'm just taking this little one from e.l.f. just to buff this into my skin. Alright, so that is all blended out, just added a really nice glow to my skin, just kind of evened everything out. So now we're going to go into the REM concealer. So again, it has this really nice frosted glass packaging, and it says like the shade name and stuff on the bottom. Again, I'm in shade Fair 6N, and I think it might be a little bit light, but you know, it should be fine. I'm just going to take the sponge and just grab a little bit. I'm not sure how much I'm going to need. Ooh, so it actually has pretty good coverage. You can see this is with the concealer and this is without. It really brightens up the under eye. I'm even going to take a little bit of this and kind of bring it up just to lift that outer edge of my eye even more. But I think that looks really good. I think the shade is actually kind of perfect. It's really good for brightening up the under eye, and I really like that. So as you can see, very, very brightening, but this is just a nice, good start on the under eye. It's a little bit drying, so I think if you have super dry skin, I don't know how this is going to necessarily lay on your skin. I have skin more on the dry side, and even after moisturizer and stuff, it still is looking a little bit dry on my under eyes. Definitely not similar to like the Glossier one at all in texture. This one is, I would say, in between Glossier and like the NARS Soft Matte, if you ever tried that one out. It's just like, it's creamy, but it kind of sets down. Like, I wouldn't even need to really use powder with this at all. This is what it's looking like. It's definitely very full coverage and super brightening on the under eye. So that's it for the REM concealer. Now let's move on to some of the sheglam products. So I have my Skinfluencer balm over here, and I'm just gonna go in with the brush. Whoa, it is very, very creamy. I think I took too much, but let's see. I think that may be a perfect color match. I think that this is probably enough. I even have some leftover on the brush, but it is very, very creamy. And it says that it's a full coverage foundation, so I guess we'll kind of be the judge of that. But I'm going to go in with my buffing foundation brush just because I know that I like how this looks. I'm going to blend that out. Okay, this was literally a perfect color match. I feel like that's kind of crazy, right? I think that looks really, really good. It's blending out like beautifully. My skin looks so buttery, and it's very hydrating, and again, very full coverage. Like, you can see it's covering up the redness on my skin quite a lot. I think that looks really, really good. And here, I'll put some on my nose as well. Wow, guys, I think this is really good. I'm hanging out with my friends later, so maybe I'll do a check-in at the end of the video to let you know how the foundation holds up, because I mean, right now it looks very beautiful, and it's kind of glowy as well. Oh my gosh, guys, I did not think that. I honestly, I'm gonna be real, I thought that the foundation was kind of gonna be a fail, but it kind of looks really good. See if I can get a little bit closer to kind of show you guys. This looks so seamless and smooth on my skin. I am like kind of obsessed with this. I guess we'll just have to see really how it wears. I find that I have a lot of issues kind of around my nose with it settling, but it looks really good so far, so we'll see. I don't know if I need to powder it. I might do a little bit of powder, but yeah, that looks really, really good for now. All right, so moving on to probably the part I'm most excited for is some of the cream products. So I'm gonna go in first with the cream bronzer. Again, this is the Sun Sculpt Liquid Contour in the shade Golden Sun. So I've seen people be pretty generous with this, but I wanna be, a little bit conservative with it because I don't know what the finish is gonna be like. So I'm just gonna do like 2 dots here, maybe 2 dots there on the other side, and then we'll just do a little bit kind of on the rest of my face. So nothing too crazy. We can always add more if we need more. But I'm just going to take this IT Cosmetics brush here that I use whenever I use like my Makeup by Mario one, and I'm going to start tapping this out. Wow, it actually seems pretty pigmented. So definitely think I used like the perfect amount. Guys, this looks really good. The color is kind of perfect and it blends out so easily. That is beautiful. Wow. Guys, I'm amazed right now at these sheglam products. Like, this is literally blowing me away. And it's going over the foundation very nicely. Like, it's not picking up at all. It just blends in super easily. Like, look at that. How, like, 2 seconds and it's blended out. This is insane. All right, now I'm going to take the shade Love Cake and I'm just going to do like 1 dot maybe, 1 dot, and then a little bit just across my nose here. I'm going to take this other little IT Cosmetics brush and I'm just going to buff this in. So that is definitely very, very pigmented, and I probably could have done maybe a smaller dot, but I think it could be okay. Yeah, I mean, again, just like the contour, it's blending out really nicely. I'm just going to take this up into like my temples and like under eye a little bit. That looks so good. My skin looks so smooth. I cannot get over this, you guys. These products so far are actually blowing me away. I did not think that they were going to come out this beautiful. Just realizing I forgot to use the little kitten paw. I'll just get a little bit of use out of it. It's so soft. The quality of these brushes are actually very good. I forgot to mention that with the Skinfluencer foundation brush, but these are really nice. Like, the way that the hairs are put in here, like, this is not going to break. I just feel like they're very good quality. It has like a nice like frosted kind of acrylic handle with the sheglam branding on it. I think that the quality of all of this stuff, even the packaging of everything, just feels really, really nice and very high quality, considering that it's coming from Shein, which, can be very hit or miss with quality. At least the cosmetic products seem to be very nice. So now I'm going to go ahead into this little highlighter, and I don't know if I mentioned, but this is in the shade Moonbeam. I think I might just take some on my finger, and this is kind of similar to ColourPop Super Shocks. This is a really nice like wet look formula. It's very, very thin, so it's not going to be heavy on the skin at all, and look at the shine of this. Like, that is crazy. So let me take just a little bit of this on my finger, and I'm just going to go ahead and tap it just along both sides with my finger. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I'm gonna take a little bit on my nose and my Cupid's bow. And before I forget, I'm just gonna take my Alamar Hydrating Complexion Trio. I've even hit pan on it. It's really, really good. I'm just gonna tap out my under eyes and just like really lightly set this. This is a nice sort of glowy, lightweight powder, so it doesn't add any heaviness to the skin, and it also doesn't take away glow either. I'm also gonna pop this just kind of around my nose and any areas where I don't really want my face to be super tacky. My base right now looks literally amazing. I'm so like over the moon with these products. I've had them for a couple of days and I've been like dying to try them out, but I'm really glad that I waited to film this in a video because this is just so good, and I'm really, really happy that I'm able to share them with you. And they're super affordable, you guys, like, less than $10 per item, so it's really, really great, especially if you're on a budget. Such high quality products. So before we go into the eyes and the brows, I'm just gonna wipe off my lips and apply the lip tint. Okay, and I'm just taking the lip tint in the shade Memories, and I'm going to pop this on. So you can see it goes on and it looks almost like this light nude color, and you're like, how is this gonna tint? But it does. You'd be surprised. You can already see, even from my bottom lip up to my top lip, that it is changing color. So I'm just going to let that sit while we go ahead and go into my brows. So I'm just taking the brow pen and I'm just going to start by drawing a line underneath, and then I'm just going to flick up to create some brow hairs. And then same thing, I'm going to make a line across the top and then going to flick on downwards. And that's the brow. Looks really good. It's a little bit dark, but I think it does match my roots pretty well, so I don't think it looks too crazy. Alright, so both brows are all done, looking really, really good, and you can see that my lips have definitely tinted. I don't know if this is plumping. You have a little bit of some sort of like sensation on your lips. I don't necessarily know. I wouldn't call it a plumping sensation, but it does feel like a little something, you know? But regardless, I'm just gonna do a really quick, like, super basic eyeshadow look using the Cupid palette from Natasha Denona. I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush over here, go into the shade over here. I believe it's called Shell, if I'm reading it correctly. And I'm just gonna tap this all over my lid and blend it out. The Natasha Denona shadows always go on a little bit darker than what they look like in the pan, so I think I'm just gonna leave it at this, just like super basic and chill, just a little something to add a tiny bit of definition to my lids. All right, so I'm just going to wipe off the lip tint, and this is what the lip tint looks like. Really, really pretty. I love the color. It's just that sort of like natural flush, like My Lips But Better, but just with no product. So really like this, and I definitely see myself using this like every single day. It's perfect to put on like any other sort of lipstick that you're wearing. That way, once that wears off, you still have a nice tint beneath it. So I really enjoy that. But now we're gonna go in with this KBD lip vinyl, and I'm just going to put this right on top. And again, this is in the shade Lolita. And this is what the shade Lolita looks like. It's so pretty. It's just like a really nice sort of brownish nude, but I don't know, I really like how it looks, and I definitely see myself wearing this in the fall time. I think that it's super pretty, and I'm just overall really, really like amazed with how my makeup ended up turning out today. And if I remember later, I will add in an update on what the foundation is looking like. So I'm just checking in. It's now about 5 hours later. It's almost like 1 a.m., so I don't want to talk too loud, but I lost a couple eyelashes. This one of these like fell off, and I was trying to match it on the other side, so I accidentally took off the rest of them, so don't mind my lashes. But I mean, the base looks really good. I have maybe a tiny bit of creasing on my under eyes, but I feel like overall it still looks really good. That highlighter is really gorgeous. The brow pen lasted really well, and I just feel like this is just really good makeup. So if you guys want to check out anything from sheglam, and then of course, you know, the REM Beauty Concealer was really good. But all the makeup today that I tried out, I really, really love. So I definitely would recommend checking any of them out if you're interested. But that is it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.